ACTUATE. How to get prospects to take action towards their greater future. That's what we're going to be discussing on today's episode. My name is Mario Ficini. Welcome to the Mario Ficini Show. I'm going to be your host, and we're going to do a lot of fun stuff. Starting off with, let's check to see how good this microphone is sounding. Hello? La, 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 la. Can you hear it? If so, please comment, because I just switched mics, and that one should be off, and this one should be on. So if you joined me last week, I was telling you how easy it is to get more attention, and things don't need to be perfect. In one of the shows, you could see there was no mic cord. There was absolutely no mic cord. It was just a prop, as we say in the biz. This is a costume. This is a accentuation. There's all different kind of things that play a role in what you're doing. So today I go, you know what? Let's give it a shot. I'm speaking tomorrow, and I had to live in Troy. Join me 9:15 in the morning over in Troy at Level 1 Bank, and I wanted to get the tripod ready because, as I tell everyone, practice what you preach, right? Yes, I will be recording it. May or may not be live, but I will be getting video at least for internal use to see how I did, and probably marketing also. But I go, where's the friggin' tripod at? Where's the tripod? So I'm looking for it. And lo and behold, it was all the wires for the rest of this thing, which I have a couple of mics that wasn't real urgent, but I've been using it just as a dummy prop for the last week, but now you're working, huh? So let me know in the comments below how it looks, how the video looks. Hit the love button if you can see me. Hit the like button if you can hear me. And that's all for now. I want to get into why you're here. ACTUATE. How to get your prospects to take beneficial action to their greater future. So we're going through the 7-part series here of the expert authority effect. Here you go. Here's the book. There's 7 steps. This is the 4th one, I believe. Attention, authority, associate, advise, actuate. Actually, it's the 5th one. That's cool. I read my own book. You don't need to remember every last little detail. Just make sure you're taking action on it. You have to get attention, okay? If you don't have their attention, have you ever had someone, you're trying to talk to someone or they're trying to talk to you and you're a little bit distracted? You're not getting the full message. Have you ever talked to anyone? You're trying to communicate something. It might be your passion. You might just have won the Super Bowl. And you're like, oh my gosh, let me tell you about all the great stuff going in my life. Let me tell you what I'm most excited. I saw one of my friends, his sister became an attorney today. That's fantastic. If he's sharing that important thing that she's worked 7 years on with someone, and someone is sitting here going, yeah, it's cool. And then the skillful people be like, no, I listen with my ears and I look up so they know I'm engaged. You're a moron. Listen with your eyes, okay? If you don't have their attention, if I sense in the least someone is doing that, I'm just like, I used to be I'm still so passionate, but I used to be so passionate and just like whatever, to just talk to everyone. And it was like, and I was like, in my mind, I didn't care. I didn't take it personally. I was like, shame on them, because there's probably 30 other people in their life that don't like when they do this. I'm probably not the only one. Hint, hint. But I just kept going. And now I'm like, you know what? I always deliver my best. You want my best and you can't even give me 30 seconds or 60 seconds after you asked me? It's just so mind-boggling to me. It's interesting to see. And I noticed it before I did speaking and published books and all that. But I was always respectful of the speaker. They're coming in, taking their time to give you free knowledge in most cases, or you pay, $100, $500, maybe even $1,000. They've spent well into the 6 figures to learn what they learned and distilled down to 45 minutes for you. I was always at, hey, thanks for sharing. Appreciate it. It got a lot of good notes. Just want to say, appreciate you coming out. just something that was genuine and sincere. Hey, really? Hold on a second. I've seen people wait in line for 10 minutes, then take a call when they're talking. Just mind-boggling. So, business, make sure you have your LinkedIn page and your Facebook page and all these different things out there that are top-notch, and you're a moron in real life. The cool thing is you can sense those people out in about 3.5 seconds. So, moral of the story, step 1, don't be that person. Step 2, authority. There's no way you're going to be the authority if you can't actively listen, which I found out last week. I always heard the phrase. I actually looked it up on Wikipedia. And it looks like it's actually a science, and you can take training and learning. And I'm like, it's just common sense to me. If you notice right now, I am staring directly into the camera because you're looking at me and I'm listening to you. So comment below, because we're talking one-on-one right now. If I did this, you can still hear me. I know the microphone's awesome if I did this, but it's a totally different feel. Do you look people in the eye? If someone can't look you in the eye, they're either trying to hide something or they just have such a low self-image. That's another one. Oh, hey, how's it going? It's nice to meet you. Oh, yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's good event. Okay. Dude or dudette, right here. That's just their name. I mean, this is just beginner stuff, let alone intermediate. And then you get to high level, you start talking to a CEO. You're never going to get a second chance with them if you can't be clear and not distracted for more than 45 seconds. It's insane. But you have to get the attention. Are you the authority? Can you associate? Here we go. Connection. Love it. Building relationships. These are all very intertwined. Yesterday, we talked on advice. Do you actually have something good to say? Is that actually going to help them? Or are you just petering off like a parrot, some, what is it, PLR, PRL? Public light. I don't even know. I've never used it. Those things that I see people do where they're like, oh, I have a book. And then they hold up some PDF that they bought for $10 and it's general information on you pick the industry. If all you're doing is regurgitating someone else's stuff and you can't succinctly talk about your own, you're going to lose. So that brings us to step 5, apparently. Actuate. We talked about getting attention. We talked about being the authority, talked about association and connection, advising them. So you got my attention. I trust that you are the person. You have the authority. You have the expertise. You're the trusted advisor. I'm going to listen to you because you're the absolute best. I even not only heard that you were listening, I saw that you were listening. Okay, now you're connecting with me. You're making it through. You're making it through. Associate. Now, let's talk about the advice you give. Is it something actionable I can run with right away and get a result so I can trust you even more? Cool, cool, cool. You're doing better than most. Are you done? What do you think? Are you done? Absolutely not. Actuate. There's that word actuator, like a valve or something. If you can't get your prospect to take action towards their greater future, you have a huge, it's going to be huge. You have a huge problem. What is that little surfer dude in there? You got someone's attention, and so many people focus on step 1. You need to have, should probably put this up here. What do you think? Here we go. Actuate. I didn't even cue any of this stuff up. I'm so in the zone. Probably should have just stayed there, but whatever. It's my show. I can do what I want. Show. There we go. Now, for anyone scrolling by here, step 1, attention, right? It's a process. There's a formula, the 7-step process. When you're doing your live cast, remember, people could be on their phone scrolling like this. So, I'm giving you a lot of good stuff right here, and I know you're taking notes and writing it down. But for the person you're trying to get the attention, and I really hope someone jumps on right now because they're like, oh, I saw that thing pop up on the screen. Give them a reason. Put yourself in the mind of your prospect. If you're talking right now, that's great for everyone watching you. But how do you attract more? That's why you use visuals. Visuals that have nice bright colors. Why did I buy this mic instead of the blue one? Because it's yellow and it matches my brand and it grabs your attention because yellow is the first color your eye sees. Are you putting stuff to work advantage for you? This is all part of the actuation process. Can you get someone to take action? They could be going around searching the plane. I mean, does the watch match too? Yeah, I guess rose gold. Still a little bit, but how can you get attention without having to be over the top? Where'd Bubba Doo go? I found him the other day after the broadcast. I'll use him on another show. I'll use him on another episode of Attention. But he became the unofficial mascot. So the thing is, how are you currently getting attention from your prospects? Do they care? Are they listening? Are you just repeating yourself? Are you using someone else's information? Do you have anything of your own to say? Or is it just always, repeating what you heard? Oh, everyone's in the newest up and coming business. Everyone's changing the world. Okay, great. How are you doing it? Can you articulate it? Can you take all the, am I on camera? There we go. Can you take all the glitz and glam off? Get rid of all this stuff and still have something good to say? Or are you hiding behind it? Is this a thing that levels you up, but you don't need it? Or is this your crutch? All you have to do is be confident with what you're saying. I challenge you. Go live in a hot tub and get people engaged. There's not much you're hiding. Might want to have a waterproof phone, but even when I didn't, I still wanted to share because it's overflowing from me. And I didn't care if I dropped it. This one happens to be waterproof just like my other watch, but it doesn't matter. I really didn't care. Thankfully, didn't drop it in, but if I did, not the end of the world. If I can help just one more person move their business forward, it would have been worth it. Can you go into it with that? So when you're trying to get someone to take action, where are you coming from? Are you coming from a place of, I need to sell you because it's month's end and it's all this and I just need to get me one more? Or do you actually want to help someone that you're talking to? I'm going to get me some water. I'm going to give you a chance to do one of those things below, whatever that is. It's flexible. So we're going to do this. Uh-oh, fun juice. But tell me, for real, how do you get people engaged? I use the example. Should have timed that better. I use the example of the Geico Gecko. Oh, am I not supposed to say him? Whatever. Everyone knows the cute little lizard. But does everyone know every single type of insurance they sell and how they're going to help you? Most commercials, most animals, most any of that. Animals are one of the most engaging things. Out of all the animals, they're the most psychologically, they're the most engaging and relatable. Good. Use an animal. If it makes sense. Especially for your pet store. I mean, that is just common sense. Of all the animals, dogs are the most, if you're using a dog in your bit, it's pretty much going to get attention. So you see the little panda, you see the leopard, you see a zebra, you see the gecko. And they get your attention, but do they ever move you from steps 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 to 7? If you look back at the original direct marketing, like 1900s, late 1800s, because I'll be the first to tell you, I did not create, I have a couple quotes I came up with, like the one in here. I actually borrowed my own quote from my first book. Instead of trying to get your prospects to look at you, why not be so captivating they can't look away? I came up with that sitting on the couch, writing my book. I was like, that's really good. Because everyone's going, I want more attention. I want more attention. I want more attention. And it's like, No crap. Everyone does, especially if you're in business. And I go, I'd rather be on the boat or swimming or something. This is like actually a lot of work. And I was like, why do we always need to constantly be getting attention? And it makes sense. You need to. But it doesn't mean it doesn't mean you need to be the one doing it. You don't need to be on the street corner like at a well-known pizza chain or a car dealer lot spinning stuff around. There's different ways to leverage your time, and I encourage you to do. If you don't want to, we're not going to be a good fit because it's like the only thing I teach. Why wouldn't you want to leverage your time? Well, I don't think that'll work. Oh, I assure you it works. If you don't want to do it, that's your prerogative, but you're not qualified because all the smart businesses are. You create a little bit of content and repurpose the heck out of it. So I was writing the book and I was going, what can I do? And it's one reason I love video, and wrote this. Why wouldn't you want to maximize it? So I was going, I don't really want to have to be on camera 24 hours a day, every day. I enjoy it. I don't mind it, but I don't want to have it as the only arrow in the quiver, so to speak. It's probably the highest leverage arrow you could use, so do it. But do it the right way. I mean, it's not to replace. Your goal of your business is not to replace your job, a job you don't own, with a job you do own. Your business is the whole intent of a business is to be highly leverageable. If you're not, then you're just pretty much self-employed and got your own job. And I never wanted that. I always wanted a business system and have my money work for me and have time work for me and have it highly leveraged. So I was like, I want to get attention. I know it's important, but I thought about it. I think I had stopped and went and got a sandwich, come back. I go, instead of trying to get everyone's attention, why not be so captivating they can't look away? There's a big difference there. Both give you attention. Let's use the example of Oprah and Steve Jobs because they're not political and no one's going to get butthurt over this. Everyone loves Oprah and everyone loves Steve Jobs, but there's millions of other people that know the principle, and you'll see it. Apple releases stuff and people are on a wait list months in advance. Conversely, there's other people that do stuff on a regular basis and they never promote it. There are organizations that I see that promote stuff. They're doing stuff 10 times more than me and getting 1/10 of the result. And I look, I'm like, how can they allow that? How can after even a week of that, you be like, oh, I just want to keep it up this way and not at least try something different? There's millions of people that can help you. That's why it's so fun about coaching. Hey, here's all the secrets. My personal goal is to get people to take 5 or 6 years of what it took me to learn in about 5 or 6 months. Is that not a value add? What's 4.5, 5, 6 years? Yeah, what's 4 to 5.5 of years of your life worth? It's huge. And there's even organizations I've spoke at in the past where there's 50 people in the room and I brought 33 of them. And I'm not even really promoting the event. If you're having an event, you're the one who's supposed to be promoting it, and you bring in a speaker, they might not have a marketing background. They might be in finance. I think it's fun. It was very, very... It gave me a lot of confidence. It's actually what gave me the confidence to go, you know what, I could do this. I don't want to right now, but I can do this. 30 people is a full room right there. Depending on where it's at, what it's for. If it's like a hour-long thing, locally, it's a pretty good audience. 30, 50 people. That was additional. And I didn't kill myself in the process. I thought about it. Before you do anything, think about what's the goal. Pull out your calendar, go, hey, we're doing something New Year's. We're doing it for, what's the next one? St. Patrick's Day. We're doing it for, what's a June event? 4th of July. What's a June event? 4th of July. Summer event. Labor Day, Memorial Day, no matter Thanksgiving, no matter Christmas, whatever you're promoting, think about how much time do I have? What's your goal? Don't wait to 2 days before it and go, hey, come on, people. Why didn't anyone show up? You got to aim, go in the distance. I put a post out last night that says, I'm not going to date it, but I said, what are you doing? And it's basically 2-3 months into the future. Are you even thinking that far ahead? So how is it still up? Yeah. How do you get your prep? Cool. If you are not planning for the future and don't know where you're going, how in the world can you get someone to over here? Yeah, here we go. Actuate. Oh, I got it. Just don't knock the mic, dude. Actuate. How to get prospects to take beneficial action to their greater future. Can I? Oh, no, it's behind it. Okay. That'd be cool if you could superimpose it over, but how do you get them to take action? You have to know, if you need to know where you're going so you can lead them to where they want to go. If you're constantly thinking in 1 or 2 days at a time, maybe a week, most people think 2 weeks at a time because that's their paycheck. Aim 2-3 months out, 6 months, 12 months. What's your 90-day game plan? What's your 6-month game plan? What's your 12-month game plan? Where are you going? It's time for a water break. Oh, you know what? Let's give this a shot. I have never done this before. Water break for me. Comment below for you. Water break for me, comment below for you. All right. Never done that. Let's see how well it plays out. So, I see more people joining. Hello. Hit the, what did I say? Hit the love button if you can see me and the like button if you can hear me. I just realized that this thing better be picking up audio. This is good stuff. Did not check it. Hello. Hit the, what did I say? Cool, it's working. Should have done that about 20 minutes ago. But yeah, I'm giving you a chance to comment. So if you got questions, I've got answers. And I'm supposed to be drinking water. Ooh, look at that. It says live right now. Yeah, Facebook's totally, if you're not using live video, you're missing out. Facebook is totally like, it would not shock me if Facebook knocked out all the news medias, cable channels, and YouTube. They are doing so much video related stuff. I think they're just like, screw it, let's be a video platform now, which would be fine by me. So yeah, there's hundreds of you who are seeing this, and leave a like, share, love below. I'm checking stats on page 1 and 2. It's fantastic. All right, is water break over? Water break is over. So if you're joining me for the first time, welcome. My name is Mario Ficini. I'm your host for the evening. At any point in time, leave a comment, like, share. I can see it. I have a couple monitors going up here on the screens. A couple, whatever. I will see it is the point, no matter where it's at. So we're talking about Actuate, how to get prospects to take beneficial action for their greater future. So here's the deal. You can whip someone in the back of the head with a Catwoman whip, bull whip. Doesn't mean it's good for their beneficial future and their greater future, and it's good for them. You can get them to take action. You can cattle prod them with a hot iron. Better have a good design pulled out because it's going to be slightly permanent, but doesn't mean it's good for them. You can entice people. Today only, it's on sale, you know, $29.99 or 2 for $50. What's that commercial from? Saw growing up all the time. Mr. Store. But what are you doing? What is the end result? Were you thinking about it? So everyone buys tonight. Yeah, I got $1,000 in sales in 1 minute. I got $10,000 in sales in 2 minutes. I got $100,000 in sales in 3 minutes. I got $1 million today alone. But your returns are 78%. Your refunds, your returns, your I don't want it now that all the emotional is worn off. You have to state the benefits and the logic, you have to state the benefits logically and emotionally. You have to get people engaged. There's nothing wrong with that. But is it for their greater future? Is it beneficial to them? It may or may not be. If you're just selling for the sake of selling, be careful. You're not only going to, you have to sleep. You have to put your head down at night and say, I did good. Maybe you don't care about that. I do. At the very least, you're going to irritate them, and then it can escalate to your marketplace, and then it can get worse from there. So if you're not doing it, if you're not the right person, don't do it. Do not do it. If you are the right person, don't be afraid to do it. Hey, Nick, how's it going? Appreciate that. So that's what I've noticed. There's people who have no qualms in the world about who they screw over, and those people bother me. They also motivate me. But I see too many people with good hearts. They're well-intentioned, but they're not aggressive enough. They're not aggressive enough. Well, I don't want to irritate someone. Statistically, out of thousands of times of doing this, for every 100 people I approach or send messages to or email, call, text, whatever. Let's say you want to reach 100 people, LinkedIn, Facebook, however you do it, ads. However you do it, it's about 1.5%. And I love telling people that because of the numbers that I looked up from my own stats. In my experience, the way I do stuff, it's about 1.5%. Well, I don't know if someone, what if I do more emails and they unsubscribe? So what? They're not the right person. What if they mark me as a spammer? It's probably 1.5%. What if they comment something mean like, I don't need this anymore? Maybe they don't. It's not as bad as you think. There's probably 20, 30, or 40 people you can actually help, but you'll talk to 6, and those other people miss out, and then a month or 2 later, you hear them with someone else that's not helping as much as you could have. Wow, that was really abrupt how you said that with the pause. And that's happened to me numerous times. And I don't like it. It's like, oh man, I should talk, like today, I should talk to so-and-so, And then a month from now I hear, oh yeah, I just started with so-and-so last week. And they could be one of the morons that hurts people. And then it irritates me even more. And I go, why didn't I just call them? I may have been having a bad day. I might have low self-image, low confidence, whatever it was. That's why it's so vitally important. You got to keep the energy up. All right. Thanks, Sax Case. If you were on the first broadcast, you'll know what's holding this up. You have to be out there. So if you're a bad person, please don't be stupid and continue to do that and hurt people. If you're a good person, though, because this is really more the people I talk to, if you're a good person, do not hesitate. Because you're competing against everyone, including the bad people. And generally, they're winning because we're too meek and mild. Get aggressive. Get confident with it. If you're not 1,000% sold out on your own business and you can't look me in the eye right now and say, yeah, I can help you. I'm going to get you 10 extra grand in your business, 20 grand, 30 grand, 40, 50, 100 grand. Might want to rethink your offer and what you're doing. You're not just selling trinkets and baubles for no reason. You actually have to serve the marketplace and make a difference. Oh, well, I'm not going to get into it. You've heard enough of it. But you have to have the confidence that you can look someone, that might be your whole thing. Forget Facebook, forget livecast, forget all this crap I'm telling you. You might just need to sit down and go, you know what? My heart really isn't in this product. You know what I'd really love to do? You might sell the pet freaking rock, but you love it and you have a passion for it and you can't stop talking about it. You'll make more money selling a pet rock than something that actually will change the world. And I was telling someone today, he goes, oh, could you help us with XYZ? I go, I could. I'm not going to, though. I used to do that, but I don't anymore. And I said, I wasn't mean or anything about it. I was just being honest. And at the end, it was, okay, well, we want to get you on board. We want to do this. And all I was doing was being honest and transparent. I can help you with a lot of things. I'm not going to, and here's why. And I'll sum it up this. I said, we used to do that. When we care about your business more than you do, we have a problem. Some people like to get people just so the responsibility is not on them. If you are doing service for someone's company, and this is a big thing with ACTUATE, how to get prospects to take beneficial action for their greater future. I just got 23 new clients. I don't like the word customers because it insinuates you're nothing more than a transaction. So you get 23 new clients. 15 of them are really not a good fit, and you shouldn't have taken them on to begin with. Hey, Debbie, how's it going? 15 of them you should have never taken on to begin with. They are going to turn into a nightmare. They're going to blame you for all their personal and business. They're going to blame you for all their personal and professional problems. It is your fault because you allowed it. It is your fault. Own it. Don't do it again. Don't blame it on them. You allowed them to come on board. If you don't have a qualification process in place for your clientele, you're setting yourself up to get shot numerous times, not only in the foot, not only in the hand, probably in your side and head as well. You have to have control and boundaries. And so many businesses don't. I got 23 new clients this week. Great. How many of them are a wrong fit for you? Well, what if we lose that revenue? It doesn't matter because there's 10 more right people that are ready to go. Where is this there's not enough mentality coming from? There's gazillions of people in the world, like 7 billion, 7 point whatever it is. There's plenty of people. There's no shortage of people. Are you working with anyone just because? Do you have the mindset that if I don't work with them, there's no one else that'll do business with me? Imagine, take your clientele right now, and I'm not going to have you comment in this. You know what? Send me a private message. I'd be curious to know, how many clients are you working with now? Now, imagine if all of them were so how many clients are you working with now? Put that number. How many of them are ideal clients? How many of them are ideal? It's probably 25 to 30%. Maybe, hopefully, you're at 50. That would be phenomenal. There's very few businesses that approach me and they're actually at that. Even if it's 80-20, that would be even better. But still, what about that 20%? There's always this fear, emotional hang up with it. And I'm like, you need to cut them loose, finish the contract and drop them. And that's the smartest thing I ever did in 2013 was going, I had 38 simultaneous projects open. And I was like, this is insane. I finished out, I honored the contracts, the commitments, and I was like, there was like 6 people the next week that I was like, no, absolutely not. Some deals were tens of thousands of dollars, and I was like, no, I can't ever get my life back. What is 1 month of your life worth? What is 6 months of your life worth? So when you're actuating here, actuate how to get your prospects to take beneficial action to their greater future. Don't forget about yours. You're going to help them. You're going to put a lot of time invested. You're going to put a lot of money invested. You're going to help them. You're going to help them grow. Yeah, they'll reward you. They'll compensate you and pay you. And it better be a lot. Because that's another thing. Oh, you know, what if they charge this? You know, I don't know if we can pay that. Well, then find the cheapest person and see how well that works out. You know, one of the my favorite things that says, if you think hiring a professional is expensive, try hiring an amateur. Get the right people. Find the most expensive. Find the most people who have the highest expertise. It's still probably a fraction of what they did. But is it towards your beneficial future? Do you have time limiters on there? Do you have boundaries? What are you doing? Are you setting yourself up for more work? There was a point where I was really excited about one thing and not excited about another. And it was like, yeah, we're putting all this time, energy, and money, and all we're doing is amplifying a problem. And I knew it. But I didn't have a solution, and I didn't want to slow down. I was like, well, at least this way we're getting the... No. Hey, Isaac, how's it going? Isaac says, hello. Cali, right? West Coast, love it. Keeping it warm for me for when I come back. Oh, actuate. Boom. So who are you doing this for? What are you helping them with? We're going to do another water break. And I want you to comment, and then we'll bring it home. And I'll give you some homework that you can turn this stuff around. All right? So comment below. How do you help people? What is your end result you're giving them? I don't care about the social. I don't care about the online stuff. I don't care about the offline stuff. If you get foot traffic in a building or you're doing it all online, great. Drop all that. Center yourself, be present, and go, what do I really deliver to my clients as an end result? And think about how you do it. Wow. Okay, cool. So actuate, getting people to take action. You better be a good person and you better be doing the right stuff. If you're manipulating them, shame on you. Stop it. If you're a good person, get more aggressive with it. Get more aggressive with it, baby. The world needs your help. What are you afraid of? What is holding you back? Well, I don't have all my marketing material in place. So take 2 hours, maybe skip the next event and focus. If you're doing something that the chances are, what in the world? The chances are that you're doing something that is going to take so much time to change around is slim. There is so much you can be doing in life. And every time I'm thinking, well, I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to do this, I got to do that. I thought about it. I go, how much time is that really going to take? Last night was one of those times. I wanted to watch a movie. I wanted to have some marshmallows and graham crackers. I did not want to do anything business related. And I go, you know what? It'll be good for about an hour and a half. And then the second it's over, the second you stop stimulating your mind with a distraction, your brain's going to go, rah! Guess what? I'm still here. And you didn't do what you said you were going to do. Try sleeping now soundly. Hey guys, how's it going? And I go, crap, I don't want that to happen either. I go, fine, I'll do it. And I just, 45 minutes, focused, got it done, and something been on my mind for a week. It's actually more material to help more people. And that's what motivated me to do it. My clients, I'm updating my training. And I just pictured everyone. I go, oh my gosh, it'll help them. I go, sweet. But very rarely do you want to do the boring thing. That's the responsible thing in place of the fun thing. Tony Robbins says there's only two reasons why people do stuff: to gain pleasure or avoid pain. Am I going to die if I don't do it? No, I'm not avoiding pain, but I'd rather gain the pleasure of the marshmallows and the graham crackers in a movie. I don't work on outlining stuff. Didn't like doing it in school. I still don't like doing it. But I had to get my ideas out so I can give them to a graphic designer to make them look pretty. It's the one thing I can do. It's why people that think get so much money and everyone else works for those who think. Because so few people do it. Take the time. Do you think to flesh out an entire book? It's not that hard. I can get you through this entire process faster than anyone. I like leveraging the hilt out of it. I go, how am I going to do this? 2.5 months to do this one, 4.5 days to do this one. That baby's hardcover. You don't have a few days, a few hours? Well, I don't have time for that. That's the adult equivalent of my dog ate my homework. You don't not have time. Well, I don't have time to do. You don't have time to position your business as the absolute best, as the absolute expert in your field for tens of years to come. I screw up a lot of stuff in life in the past. But the one thing I'm glad I started was this company. And I did a little bit more and a little bit more. And now I look back and there's some days, nothing's perfect. I go, I still have everything in place. It was a matter of just turning my mind back on and going flip, 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 turn all the switches back on. It didn't go anywhere. I still have everything. I have more now than I ever did. How much do you have that is not utilized? Are you putting it in a fashion where people can take action? Attention, authority, associate, advise, actuate. We're going to cover the next two. It's automate and advertise. But if you can't get them to take action, how are you going to automate a process you can't get them to take action? If you can't get them to take action, how are you going to automate it and then amplify it by advertising it more? Why do you think you don't have the frequency as is? You're not advertising, even if it's paid or non-paid, it doesn't matter. The reason you're not out there more is because you're not confident there's even a process to automate it, because you're going, hey, if I got 100 new prospects and leads right now, the whole thing would collapse. It's like a house of cards, and you know it. Even if you're ignoring it, your subconscious is going, yep, that's the problem. So if you're not confident about amplifying it because you know it's a problem, and you don't want to automate it because you know it's a problem and it will amplify the problem, it's the reason you're not you can't get them to take action, because you get all excited about 1 through 4, and then what comes down to, all right, I'm ready to get started. What do we need to do? And generally it's sign this, please. You go, well, I'll get back with you, or you hesitate, or there's some emotional baggage. I remember one of my clients back in 2012, July 2012. I was putting socks on, getting ready to go to a meeting, all excited. And this was like a $4, $5, $6 grand deal. No, good starter deal. And they had already said yes 3 weeks prior. I was hesitating because of personal issues. And I'll never forget that. And it's one of my go-to stories, because I was getting ready to go out the door, and I go, what am I doing? Like, my brain caught up and was like, you're going to go out and go talk to 20 more people to go through the process of everything just to get them to the point and then not send them a contract. Yeah? What's wrong with that? It's beyond stupid. That's what's wrong with it. So how far in the process do you get people? Where is the hang up? Is it the attention? Why don't you want to get the attention? Maybe because you know you could have more authority and you're not commanding it right now. Or maybe it's when you associate with them and connect, you don't know what to say because you're uncertain about the advice you're giving them, and that's why you're not can't get them to take action, and you don't want to amplify the problem because everything stems from it. But once you get these few things worked out, I remember walking over to the computer with one sock on and sending an email that's how it said, "Sounds good. Here's the form. Sorry for the delay." Send. Got in the car, went outside, went about 12 minutes up the road and then Freeway 1 and then main thoroughfare 2. And I remember stopping and I looked and they had already responded back within about 15 minutes. Signed investment form and everything. I pulled over, turned on my hotspot and processed it right there. And I was like, I could have done that 2 weeks ago and we could have been 2 weeks into the project. That's all it took. To them, it was no big deal. They were waiting on me. Everything was in my mind. What are you hesitating on? If you want to send me a private message, feel free. If you're open enough to comment below, and you should be confident enough to be able to share it and not care who sees it. But if not, I can respect that. What is really holding you back? Because I want to see you actuate and close more deals with people. That's the whole point of this fun little exercise called business. It's actually serving people, and you can't actually help them until you're working with them. And I say that, and don't take it the wrong way. I am speaking tomorrow. I'm excited to get to help the audience. But do you think I can help someone in 30 to 45 minutes versus working with me for 8 weeks every week? What do you think is going to get a bigger result? There's varying degrees of how you can help them. Will this help you? Absolutely. But it's still nowhere near as working one-on-one for 8 weeks. If you don't bring them on board, you're not going to get them a huge result. You'll get them a result, but the relationship starts once they get started. It starts at the very beginning. It starts the second you start talking to them. But the business relationship really starts it always starts from the beginning. But once they come on board and they're a client, they're under that's it. They're under your protection, your fiduciary right you're responsible to them, but not for them. You have them under the purview. They're not just another person in the crowd anymore. You're on the same winning team to help them move forward, and they got you in your corner. Do you believe that? Because I do. Anyone that's working with me, I have the emails tagged at a priority level. If I got 48 emails, guess which ones are going to get responded to first? Family and clients. The other stuff, don't even get me started on that crap. But where are you prioritizing people? Are you actually helping them to the highest degree? Here's the other thing. If you're shortchanging yourself, well, I don't know if I could charge more, then you're not going to be motivated to help them necessarily. There's a point where you can have the heart of gold, but you have to pay for something. And if you can't, it's a problem. There's no way you'll be in the right mindset to go, here, let me over deliver to you. You'll be doing bare minimum. And that's not a fun place either. Or if the project goes over a little bit, or you have to do a little bit extra. When you're shortchanging yourself, it rolls over. The other thing is they're not prioritizing it. There's stuff in my book that you can get for the cost of a book. There's stuff I share in person at a speaking event. You know who takes action on it? The people paying me 4 and 5 figures for it because it's a higher priority to them. The same info. But you don't prioritize it. That's why you can't be doing stuff for nickels and dimes. Oh man, I did all this stuff. You're working 22 hours a day, sell stuff for $20 a piece. Killing yourself in the process, not enjoying it, and then most of them are complaining anyway. That does not sound like fun. So that's why I created my curriculum to turn your expertise into profits. If you can actually help someone in a big degree, you should. You absolutely should, and it's a lot more fun. So I'll do the 60-second chat clack. If you have any questions, comments, great ideas, put them in now. If we're all set, then I will see you on the next episode. But someone make a note of this. I'm going to put this in the show notes. 60-second shot clock. Yeah, you can go now. It's good. Leave me a comment. You can see it, and it was good. Hit the love button. If you can hear it, hit the like button. I will put a link to, if you want a copy of the book, you can get that. If you want to see me in person tomorrow, it'll be in Troy. Oh, I guess I'll say it. There's also a meetup group, too. The Expert Authority Effect Association for the Metro Detroit area. I will put a link for that in here as well. We will be having more events, and they're going to be at the Skyline Club. It's fantastic. It's where the book launch was last year and a couple other ones. We got 10 seconds left, so speak now, forever hold your peace. And as always, I have to add this in here, or I can just go Agenda A, Authority. Whoa, bingo. Free resource for you, expertauthorityreport.com. I have an actionable guide. Is my gift to you. Just go there. You can get your copy. It's where this process is from. It's where I get the material from. So I've enjoyed sharing with you. I'll see you on the next episode. Have a great day, and God bless.